Evil Dead the Game is a new asymmetrical horror game based on, shocker, the Evil Dead series. The game consists of a group of survivors going up against one powerful demon controlled by another player. Inevitably, this is going to draw a large comparison to the one other very popular asymmetrical horror game, so let's start by addressing the big question. Is Evil Dead better than Dead by Daylight? No, not even close. But that's to be expected considering the circumstances. At the time of this video, Dead by Daylight is just a bit over 6 years old. DBD has had a lot of time to learn what players want, fix what does and doesn't work, and tailor the game to match their audience. They also have a pretty extensive amount of licensed and original characters. Combine that with a very solid gameplay loop and great atmosphere, it's no surprise DBD has grown to the large community that it is. Even though a lot of y'all are some of the most toxic people I've ever met in my life.
I hope your house grows mold and you have breathing problems for the next few months.
Dude, I'm just trying to get adept. That game wasn't exactly fun for me either.
You need to see a therapist.
So, Dead by Daylight comparison aside, how does Evil Dead stand on its own? Is it a fine enough game worth of playing despite its competition? Honestly, it's not great, but there is potential here. Now, I'm not saying that just because I'm a DBD purist. My guys, I like Evil Dead. I think it's a great series with fun movies, a well-made Netflix show, and some really cool comics. Ash was present for a lot of the Marvel Zombies madness. He was there right before Spidey went to go eat his aunt and wife. Marvel Zombies vs. Army of Darkness. Go check it out, I recommend. Needless to say, I am definitely part of the target audience. I was ready to buy this the moment I heard it was coming. I bought the full $60 version of this game, which promises DLC in the future, but at the moment is only providing a few skins. I really paid an extra $20 for this. Jesus Christ, I swear us gamers lose brain cells whenever the developers use words like season pass. Oh gee, I'll buy anything if you promise me content. My god, somebody take away my wallet. But regardless of my bad purchase decisions, the gameplay loop for Evil Dead can be kind of fun. When the game actually works, of course.
What you're seeing now is my normal state. This is a Super Saiyan. And this is what is known as a Super Saiyan that has ascended past a Super Saiyan. And this
What's he doing?
is to go even further beyond.
It's really hard to get into it at first because the tutorial is, well, absolutely terrible and doesn't prepare you at all for the actual gameplay. The tutorial is fine enough if you're a survivor. It explains what your objectives are, how your weapons work. Now you see, the pointy end goes into the bad guys. And you get the basic gist of how you win. But just letting you know now, the demon tutorial is an absolute lie and will not prepare you for an actual game. What the tutorial doesn't do a good job of telling the demon player is how the game is supposed to work. So I'll tell you what, if you're like me and are even remotely interested in the game, here's some advice that will make the game not as painful to play for you. The tutorial makes it seem like you're going to start off with some points and it's up to you to pick your starting build. Nope, you start off with nothing and you don't even know where the survivors are. What you gotta do to level up is set traps around the two main points on your map. The survivors are going to have to come to these points no matter what, so trapping it increases your odds of winning, plus it would help you level up just a little bit more. Now the stats you want to level up all depend on the kind of demon you decide to play as. But what I recommend is that you level up Infernal Energy up to at least level 3. This way you have a high cap, plus you have passive amount of energy regenerated that you can use for other stuff. Like Possession. Possession is really good for attacking isolated survivors. With a good amount of levels into Possession and some decent strategy, an isolated survivor doesn't stand a chance. The basic and elite portals are meant to spawn minions to help you attack survivors, and maxing the boss skill will allow you to use your boss character and make them way deadlier.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
Every single one of these characters each have their own skills, and it's a good idea to swap between them to use them effectively. It may seem daunting to have so much to remember all at once, but these combinations really blend together very easily. For example, Henrietta's basic minion can puke on a survivor, which will prevent the survivor from dodging any attacks for a short while. Right after you peek on them, you can summon a couple elites, come out as the boss demon, and you will most likely get yourself a guaranteed down.
You got jebaited. You got jebaited. You got jebaited. 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 Jebaited.
When a plan comes together, it feels really good. Granted, it all depends on the kinds of survivors you're facing because, to be completely honest, yeah, most of the time the demon stands no chance against the survivors. You see this game? I killed 2 of the survivors really early on, and it was down to these 2 guys. Did I win? Just barely. Playing as a survivor is a bit of a headache, but it's honestly way easier, especially if you're one of the ashes. One of these last 2 guys I was fighting didn't even have a gun.
The balls on this man.
But as is, Evil Dead is not that bad actually. I wish the gameplay was a bit smoother. I wish survivors didn't have to pray to RNGesus for good loot, but the current looting system is fine, I guess. I wish demons could summon a bit more monsters at once in order to make it seem like they had a chance against survivors, but it is really fun. Honestly, I would recommend Evil Dead. And to be completely transparent, I started off really hating this game at first, but it really grew on me. I mean, that might have had a lot to do with the fact that I didn't know you could level up your character, so I was a level 1 Cheryl going up against level 20 demons. Jesus Christ, Cheryl, no wonder you died first in the movie. But something about the combat and the design and the overall running around, the madness of everything, it's pretty fun. And honestly, I kind of wish I was playing just one more game right now. It's really good at establishing that, ooh, just one more game mentality, and it's something I can't quite put into words, but it is fun. But it's not perfect. Evil Dead is a solid 6 out of 10. I do like the game, but I can't look past the fact that it feels like it's missing some polish. I genuinely believe that this game has the potential to rival Dead by Daylight, but just like its rival, right out of launch, there's just not enough to keep players invested. I am definitely looking forward to what Evil Dead can offer us in the future, but for now, I definitely say skip it, or if you're gonna buy it, please don't follow in my footsteps, and please buy the $40 version. You don't need the $60 version of the game with the season pass right now. You're fine with just the $40.